Urgent Washington Commanders fans. Do not miss this. What just happened? You won't believe this one. But before we reveal the big news, make sure to subscribe to the channel, because here, we bring you daily videos with the latest Washington Commanders updates. And to not miss anything, activate the notifications. Alright, folks, today we're diving deep into some major changes happening with the Washington Commanders offensive line, a unit that, let's be honest, has been a bit of a roller coaster over the last few seasons. But it looks like this offseason, the front office, led by Adam Peters and his staff, is pulling out all the stops to reshape this line into something more formidable, more resilient, and ready to give their franchise quarterback the protection he needs to succeed. And let me tell you, this isn't just any overhaul, it's a complete reimagining of what the Commanders' offensive line could look like in 2024 and beyond. So, what exactly is happening? Well, as many of you already know, the Commanders have been actively revamping their roster, especially on the offensive line. This unit has faced a lot of ups and downs in recent years, and for fans, it's been a mix of hope and frustration. The team's management, with Adam Peters at the helm, has been aggressive both in the draft and in free agency, trying to find the right pieces to solidify that line. And when you look at the offseason moves, it's clear that the intention is to build a unit that can protect the quarterback, open lanes for the running game, and give the offense a much-needed boost. Now, one of the most talked about stories surrounding this line involves the absence of a key player, Sam Cosmi. Cosmi, a talented right guard, suffered a devastating torn ACL during the NFC divisional round against the Detroit Lions. That injury was a huge blow, not just for Cosmi but for the entire offensive line and the team's hopes for the upcoming season. The prognosis? It's pretty bleak for the young guard. It's expected that Cosmi will miss most, if not all, of the 2025 campaign. That's a tough pill to swallow for fans who have seen flashes of potential from Cosmi, especially given how much he's been touted as one of the league's best right guards when healthy. This injury has sparked some interesting discussions about the future of the line and even about the possibility of a reunion with a familiar face, someone who has left a significant mark in Washington. That name? Brandon Scherff. Yes, that's right, Scherff, the all-pro guard who was a cornerstone of the Commanders' interior line during some of the team's more promising years. Sterling Sia from Pro Football Network has even speculated that a return of Scherff could serve as a perfect stopgap until Cosmi is ready to come back from his injury. It's an intriguing idea, and it's one that could resonate with fans who remember how dominant Scherff was during his prime. But let's back up a bit and talk about the current state of the offensive line. The Commanders have invested heavily in young talent, especially in the draft. They used their number 29 overall pick to select Josh Conerly Jr., a promising young tackle who has the potential to develop into a solid protector for the quarterback. The idea is to build a future-proof line that can handle the pressures of the NFL's toughest defenses. Meanwhile, at guard, the competition is heating up. With Cosmi sidelined, second-year player Brandon Coleman will likely be fighting it out with Nick Allegretti for that starting spot. Both have their strengths, but the team's front office is clearly looking for the best possible options to stabilize this part of the line. Now, you might be wondering, who is Brandon Scherff, and why is he such a significant name here? Well, Scherff came to Washington with a reputation as a top 5 pick, and he more than lived up to that billing. During his time in D.C., he was a force in the interior, making life miserable for opposing pass rushers and establishing himself as one of the best guards in the league. His ability to both pass protect and run block was exceptional, and he played a vital role during some of the darker days of the franchise, providing leadership and stability on the line. Fans who watched him play remember how he never shied away from contact and how he was always a bright spot in the trenches. Unfortunately, as is often the case with high-end players under previous regimes, Scherff left Washington as soon as the opportunity arose. It was a big-money move to the Jacksonville Jaguars, who offered him a lucrative contract, and honestly, it seemed like a logical step for him at the time. Scherff had some good moments with the Jaguars, but the environment there was far from ideal. The team was struggling, and the overall atmosphere was toxic, which sometimes overshadowed the individual talent. Now, Scherf remains a free agent, and with his experience, leadership, and proven production, he didn't give up a single sack in 2024. He's still a very attractive option for any team needing an upgrade on the interior line. So, could Scherf come back to Washington? That's a question many fans are asking, especially given the current state of the line and the injury to Cosmi. The team's management, led by Adam Peters, is known for being aggressive and willing to make bold moves to improve the roster. Bringing back a guy like Scherf, who knows the system, has a proven track record, and still plays at a high level, could be a game-changer. It's not just about filling a gap temporarily, it's about adding a veteran presence who can elevate the entire offensive line and mentor the younger players stepping into bigger roles. And speaking of younger players, the Commanders are also counting on players like Connerly, Coleman, and Allegretti to step up. These young guys have talent, but experience matters, especially in the trenches. The NFL is a brutal league, and protecting your quarterback, who, by the way, is a key piece of this entire puzzle, is paramount. Keeping Jaden Daniels, the young star quarterback, clean in the pocket is fundamental to the team's success. If the offensive line can provide consistent protection, Daniels can truly unlock his potential and lead this team back to the playoffs. Now, when you look at the bigger picture, the Commanders' offensive line is at a crossroads. The offseason moves suggest that the organization is serious about building a unit that can withstand the pressures of the NFL's best defenses. They've drafted young talent, explored trades, and are even considering bringing back familiar faces like Scherf to add that veteran stability. The goal, quite simply, is to create a cohesive, tough, and reliable line that can open running lanes, protect the quarterback, and give the offense the foundation it needs to thrive. And it's not just about this season. The future of the Commanders' offense is tied directly to the development of these line players and the decisions made now. They're investing in the trenches because they understand that a strong offensive line is the backbone of any winning team. When your line is solid, your quarterback has more time, your running backs find more space, and your receivers can make those big plays downfield. It's a domino effect, and right now, the Commanders are working hard to set up those dominoes in the right position. So, what do fans think about all this? Well, sentiments are mixed but largely hopeful. Many supporters are excited about the potential return of Scherf, who has always been a fan favorite and a symbol of that gritty, blue-collar mentality that Washington has been trying to revive. Others are eager to see how the young talent develops and whether the team can fill the void left by Cosmi's injury with internal options or additional signings. The truth is, this offseason is crucial for the Commanders, and every move they make now will ripple through the upcoming season. As we look ahead, the next few months will be critical. The team's coaching staff, led by their new offensive line coach, will need to mold these pieces into a cohesive unit. The front office will be watching closely, making decisions that could define the franchise's direction for years to come. Whether it's reuniting with Scherf, drafting more linemen, or finding that perfect free agent fit, everything comes down to creating a line that can protect Jaden Daniels and give this team a real shot at contending in a tough NFC. And now, Washington Commanders fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on the offensive line situation? Are you hoping for a reunion with Scherf, or do you believe in the young guys stepping up? Do you think the team has what it takes to compete in such a competitive division? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the future of the Commanders. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Washington Commanders news. We're in an exciting time, and the future looks bright if these pieces come together just right. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Commanders!